Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Make It Up Supergirl. Today I'm super excited to share some products from a company called Merit. Merit is really a product line for those who don't like to spend a lot of time on their makeup and you want to use makeup that's safe for your skin, your body, and the planet. So if this interests you, please keep watching and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to tickle that cute little bell down below to be notified of all my new content. Alright, let's get started. So before I go ahead and show you how I came up with this makeup look using some of the Merit beauty products, I just want to tell you a little bit about the company, and Merit did send me these products for free in exchange for my honest review. So thank you so much, Merit, for sending these. I really appreciate it. Merit provides beauty products that are safe for your skin, your body, and the planet. And let me just read you a few things about these products. So they are safe for your skin. They are artificial, fragrance-free, and if you have sensitive skin, it's sensitive skin safe, and I do have sensitive skin. It is safe for your body, it is EU compliant, and it is free of 1,328 toxins. I didn't know that was that many toxins in a lot of the beauty products that we use today. It is also paraben free and sulfate free. And as far as the planet, it is cruelty free, vegan, and they use recycled packaging, and you have a reusable makeup bag. So let me go ahead and show you these products. So the first thing I want to show you is the makeup bag that it came in, and it's super cute. So this is the cute makeup bag that it came in. It feels like it's made out of corduroy, so you can use your products and then put them in here, or if you want to use it for something else, you can use it for something else, but I really like that idea. It's so cute. And all the items came in recyclable cardboard, so once you take your products out, you can just take all the packaging and put it in the recycle. But let me go ahead and show you all these items, and then I'll get into that makeup look. So the first item I'm going to show you is the mascara, and I'm not going to open it because I don't want to open it up and start drying it out. I'm already using a couple other mascaras, but I'm looking forward to trying it out. And it comes in this really beautiful packaging. And that's the beautiful packaging right there. So I can't wait to actually start using it and see how it performs. So the second item they sent me was an eyebrow gel, and I can't wait to use that as well. Let me just show you how cute the packaging is. And that's the packaging. Isn't that cute? The next item is a foundation stick, and I think it worked really well on my skin tone for the color I chose. I chose the color Sand, and I want to tell you one thing. When you get the product, you're going to want to open it with the Merit Beauty logo on top, because if you open it up the wrong way, the foundation stick part might fall out. So just be careful if you order it to open it properly. It comes in this nice tube right here. And that's the color right there. As you can see, it really matches my skin tone really well. So the next item I got is a highlighter stick, and it's called Canva, and let me show it to you. And this is the color right there. I think that's really, really pretty. And I did put it on my hand, and it's kind of hard to see, but if I kind of move my hand back and forth, you can see the pretty shimmer right there. The next item is a blush, and the color I chose is Raspberry Beret, and let me show it to you. And that is what it looks like. I think that is so pretty. Let me go ahead and swatch that for you. And that's what the color looks like. That is really pretty. And the last item I want to show you is a lip gloss, and the color is called Bel Air, and it's very pretty. Let me show it to you. And that's the color right there. Now that I have the camera up and close, I'm going to go ahead and do my makeup for the day, and I'm going to use some of the Merit Beauty items along with some of the Jason Wu items that I received in my AIA Beauty Bundle. And if you remember, the palette is very neutral, so let me show it to you because I think it's going to go perfect with the look I'm going to come up with. So that is the palette. As you can see, it's very neutral, so I think it'll go perfect with what I'm doing. And for the Merit Beauty items, I'm going to use the highlighter, the gloss, the blush, and the foundation. So let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, I'm wearing my eye shields because I like to use eye shields because they help from fallout of eyeshadow. And then I also primed my eyes with the MAC Cosmetic soft ochre. So I'm just going to start with the medium shade and put that on my whole lid. And just gently pat it on and get it on my eyelid. And like I said, what I like about the eye shield is that it catches everything. So I do want to tell you that the performance of this eyeshadow is very nice. I mean, I barely tapped my brush in the shadow and it got, and look at the pigmentation of that. That's really nice. So today I'm not really going for a super heavy, bright look. It's very neutral. All right, I'm gonna do the other eye. Okay, so now that I have this medium shade on, now I'm gonna go ahead and just darken my crease just a little bit. So I'm going to take the darkest shade from this palette and I'm just gonna pop it there in the corner and then I'm gonna move it up to my crease. So I'm not gonna wear a lot of makeup today. I just wanna be very minimal since the Merit Beauty makeup is meant to have a very minimal amount of time you spend in your makeup. Normally it takes me quite a bit of time to do my makeup when I'm using all those really bright colors, but let's just do a real neutral look today. So not a lot. Fill that in right there. And I'm gonna pop a little bit in the corner here so that I darken it up and just stamp a little bit on here. So I'm just gonna and you know, I know a lot of people don't like to use a lot of makeup. I just choose to play with a lot of makeup because I think it's fun. I'll be 100 years old and I'll still be putting on makeup. I'll find a way. So now that I have my basic eyeshadow on, now I'm going to go ahead and just do a light topper on my eyelid, and I'm going to use a color from MAC Cosmetics called Babe and Charms, and let me show it to you. And that is what I'm going to use as an eye topper. I think that's so pretty and very subtle. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger and then I'm going to tap it on my eyelid. Just want to have a little bit of just a little bit of sparkle on my eye. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of shadow right underneath my eyebrow just to highlight it. I'm going to use the lightest shade that's in Jason Wu's palette, just to highlight it just a little bit. Now that I have my basic eyeshadow on, I'm going to go ahead and use some of the Merit Beauty products. And the first thing I'm going to try is their foundation stick and see how it performs. And the color I chose is sand, so hopefully it's close to my skin tone and it will work. So I'm going to go ahead and take my brush and then I'm going to put it in. Oh, I think it does work. Just gonna buff it in my forehead. This works pretty good. I hardly used any. Just gonna add a little bit more on right here and right there, and maybe a little bit there. Okay, I really like this foundation. That is easy. So much easier to use this than it is when I use liquid, because you know liquid gets everywhere. So, wow. And look at my brush. There's nothing on there. So this foundation is really getting into my skin. That's pretty incredible. Wow. All right, I really like that. Wow, I think that performed really awesome. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use their blush. And let me go ahead and show it to you. I got the color called Raspberry Beret, and that's what Raspberry Beret looks like. I think that's really pretty. All right, I'm just gonna put a little bit and tap it on my cheekbone. I normally use dry blush, so I've never really used a cream blush. So I'm just gonna put a little bit there, and then I'm gonna use my fingers and just tap it in. Pretty. It's very, very subtle. As you know, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, I use really bright colors, and this just gives me a nice, you know, soft glam look and very natural, I think. So I really like this blush too. The next thing I'm going to use is their highlighter, and this is in the color Canva, so that's the color I'm going to use. Okay, and then I'm just going to put a couple dots here, and I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. And right above where my blush is, I'm just going to put this stick in, and then I'm just going to pat it in my skin. That's very subtle. I normally like a little bit more brighter highlighter, but that's okay. Just put a little bit here. I really like the creaminess of this formula. It's very, very subtle. So I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. Right there, and then above my lips right there. Wow, it feels very nourishing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit in my corner of the eye, because these products you should be able to use different ways. So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to tap it on this highlighter, and I'm just going to put a little bit in the corner of my eye. Alright, I think I'm falling in love with this formula. Oops, that's not the right thing. I just try to stick my foundation top on top of my highlighter. So that is my blush and highlighter. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Jason Wu lipstick lip liner, and then I'm going to use the Merit Beauty and top off my look. So I'm going to line my lips. And this is in the color Royalty. I really normally don't line my lips. Alright, so I'm going to do that. Next, I'm going to use the Jason Wu lipstick in the color Royal Jelly. So let me go ahead and put that on. Now that I have my lipstick, I'm going to go ahead and top it off with the clear lip gloss from Merit, and they call the color Bel Air, and I'm going to go ahead and put some on my finger, and then I'll pat it on top of my lips, because I don't want to get my lipstick transferred to my Merit Beauty item. Alright? That is really pretty. I have to say that the Merit Beauty products work really well with the Jason Wu products. They're both very creamy and it feels nourishing. I don't have anything on my face that feels like it's drying, so that is really nice. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put my eyelashes on, and then we'll do some final thoughts. Ta-da! Well, here's my final makeup look. I really love the look I came up with using the Jason Wu products and the Merit Beauty products. And thank you so much again, Merit, for sending me these products. I feel so fortunate that you sent these to me because I absolutely love them. And for those of you that really don't like to use a lot of makeup and you just want very minimal type of beauty, I highly recommend you check their website out and give it a try. And thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And please remember to love yourself, love others, know that you're loved, and we're all beautiful. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.